Fashion, big business. This February, Arise Fashion Week is returning to Lagos for a 3-day celebration of Arise's impact on the fashion industry in Africa and across the globe after conquering the world at the Dubai Expo in 2021. Titled Arise Fashion Week and Jazz Festival, special edition will take place from the 2nd to the 4th of February and will take attendees and fashion enthusiasts through an exciting journey filled in enlightening experiences with more than 25 world-class designers and jazz-themed performances from acclaimed international artists. More fashion news. Women's wear brand Sosander has announced its latest retail link-up and its first move into physical stores in a deal with supermarket giant Sainsbury's. The company, which originally sold on its own web store, but has also added link-ups with John Lewis, M&S, Next, JD Williams, and Very Online, said it has entered into an agreement to sell a curated collection of products through the supermarket business. Via the new wholesale agreement, a selected range will begin to be sold through Sainsbury's during 2023, initially online only, but with selected stores planned later this year. South Korean sportswear giant Fila Holdings has announced the appointment of Todd Klein to be the president of Fila USA Incorporated. The operator of the Fila brand said Klein will helm the North American region for Fila following the retirement of Jennifer Estabrook, who was named president of North America back in 2019. In this position, Fila Holdings said Klein will work to elevate brand equity in line with its goals for North America under its 5-year global strategy, dubbed Winning Together. The strategy aims to deliver unified products and marketing worldwide by redefining Fila's brand value, building a customer experience-oriented business model, and pursuing sustainable growth, according to the company. Inclusive beauty e-commerce destination 13 Loon has announced that it raised about $8 million in a Seed Plus investment round with new participation from the Brain Trust Fund. The capital is expected to drive the brand's omni-channel approach and will support brick-and-mortar experiential retail and private brand expansion. With this investment, 13 Loon will also reach profitability, according to them, in 2023. It was launched by industry veterans Nakio Greco and Patrick Herning in 2020 with just 13 foundational Black-founded brands. The e-commerce destination has since grown to offer over 160 beauty brands on its platform, 90% of which are Black-owned, with the remaining 10% being from other brands. Technology. It's giving fashion various ways to display its new offerings. An example, Balenciaga, that's recently been mired in controversy, released its fall 2021 fashion collection in the form of a video game which saw players travel through a Wonderland-style future world, passing avatars dressed in ripped jeans and metal armor boots on the way. Is that viable? How much further can this tech fashion marriage go? Mayowa Ige, Senior Associate with Financial Derivatives Company Limited, joins us to discuss. Mayowa, good morning to you, and thanks for joining us. So what do you make of it? Is this, I think, who else is doing this? Balenciaga, Louis Vuitton, I think Burberry, all going this video game route. Is it trendy, or is this something that could actually have some value?
Hi, Roses. Thank you for having me again. So definitely looking at the idea behind this, the collaboration between the fashion brands and gaming companies definitely is trendy, right? But there's actually some real value to it if you actually look at it, right? So this growing, we're looking at the emergence of this growing significance of video games globally, and also how they're being integrated into different aspects of the society. Let's look at the global gaming market, for instance. In 2022, it was forecasted to grow to about $184 billion, and it's expected to grow as high as $211 billion by 2025, right? And so this is mainly due or partially due to a growing emergence of a new generation of gamers who have a very large spending power. Now, talking about the Gen Z, right? 90% of Gen Zs are video gamers, right? Yeah. Compared to about 59% of the global population who are gamers. And so this trend is just looking at that aspect of the society, the growing population of the gaming society, and then fashion brands are also looking at it. So this gaming market is offering fashion brands the opportunity to actually reach out to a new market, to actually create new and unique experiences for their customers. So there's actually value there for both the gaming company and fashion brands. So,
I mean, but if you don't play video games, then I don't know, the appeal probably wouldn't be there. So this is reaching out. They're just trying to get increased market share, basically. Is that what we're looking at?
Well, yes, to an extent. If you're not a gamer but you're a fashion enthusiast, for instance, you may not particularly feel these specific collaborations, but then you would appreciate the fashion design aspect of these gaming companies. So there's still that part of it that would appeal to the wider fashion audience. But then again, these fashion brands are trying to also appeal to a growing emerging market, the Gen Zs, the younger generation, who actually have a high spending power.
Okay, so I'm glad you mentioned design, because the images we're looking at, that is from the video game. So in case people think this is real human beings, this is actually from the game. Does it expand design then?
Well, definitely, yes, right? There's definitely going to be some inspiration from this for fashion designer. Already, fashion tech designers are already becoming, they're prevalent these days. I mean, Met Gala 2019, when you look at that, see what is happening with fashion there. We look at Zendaya in 2019, it was a show-stopping moment when she came with the Cinderella ball gown that lit up with her stylist being her fairy godmother. We're seeing how fashion is being integrated into technology is being integrated into fashion more and more. And so it will keep on driving inspiration for fashion designers on how they can extend the human body with their material, incorporating tools like 3D printing, augmented reality, artificial intelligence into their manufacturing of their textiles and everything. And so there's going to be a mix of inspiration from that.
Is this a you mentioned 3D printing, artificial intelligence, and all this, buzzwords. Is this a Western world phenomenon, though? For the developed or developing economies, can this marriage work for them, or can they tap in?
Well, right now it's a Western phenomenon. I mean, these fashion brands are more prevalent in the West, right? Video gaming is more prevalent in the West. So right now it's a Western thing, but as time goes on, it will catch up globally. But then we have to still look at the fact that when we look at developing nations like Africa, internet penetration is a thing, and things like this may actually limit how much of this trend would catch on in places like Africa. I
want to ask you about, we saw that deal with Sainsbury's and all this online physical shopping. 2021, what are the numbers? I think 2.1 billion people shopped online. Here we go. 2.1 billion people shopped online 2021. Global e-commerce sales forecast was $4.8 trillion. It's expected to grow to $6.4 trillion by 2024. Is the online shopping, okay, that's an appropriate headline. Is this online shopping hype real? Or are more people still likely to go physically into stores?
Well, if we look at the numbers like you just mentioned, there's a growing trend. So we can't just say that it's just all hype, right? The numbers are showing something. But also when we look at the past from pre-pandemic levels, we're seeing that online sales are dropping to pre-pandemic levels. We're seeing that store purchases are increasing and almost at pre-pandemic levels. And there's still that thing. Human beings have been shopping physically for years. It wouldn't take 2 years, 3 years, can't just change their habits. Humans are creatures of habit, right? And so we will still, I think that going forward, we will see a balance between online purchasing and physical purchasing. But we can't just say that physical purchasing would be out of trend anytime soon. But online would actually still have a place for times when people do not want to come out. To shop or stuff. And then there's still that thing of you wanting to enter the store to feel the clothes by yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Because I tend to, I mean, the whole matter of, I guess, with e-commerce, especially shopping here, where you're worried if what you order online won't be the correct size or it won't fit. Anyway, so as far as the outlook, you're positive, though, with where fashion is going with tech and also online shopping as well?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, we'll see how things work out. Once again, the Arise Fashion Week, if we can put that up, that is February the 2nd through the 4th. Yep, Future Forward, 2nd through the 4th, coming back to Lagos after, conquering the rest of the world. Plus, there's going to be jazz thrown in there. Very, very interesting. Looking forward to that. We'll be covering a lot of fashion going forward. It's the Global Business Report here on Arise News. Mayowa Ige, Senior Associate, Financial Derivatives Company Limited. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate your time.